so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are recording. I forgot to.
You did it again.
Look for
There's a perfect one
time.
there too.
All right, go
There's
ahead.
a perfect one there.
Go ahead.
Dragon SX Fire 3. Res with that chapstick. That was the perfect. He can't even spell Raz correctly. That was perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That's a good one.
For sure. I did have chapstick. That is true. That is an item I put on my dumb chapped lips. Yeah.
Thank you, Dragon.
Interesting comment. That was, of course, the dumbest comment in chat, according to Tanner, which I'm not mad about that selection. It's a selection for sure. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, episode number 116. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon. And I am joined, as always, as usual, by my good friend, Tanner.
What's going on?
Not much, dude.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, I guess. Yeah, I found this out probably 5 minutes ago. I think I had like figured it out earlier, and then I confirmed like 5 minutes ago. What did you do for St. Patrick's Day? Are you wearing green?
I don't know what color this is. It's not really green.
I don't either.
It's greenish.
Yeah.
It's a color. For St. Patrick's Day, I poured myself a glass of Jameson and Sprite.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. That's
yeah.
about it.
That's
I had chicken nuggies for dinner, so I didn't have any corned beef and cabbage. Did your dad make some?
He did make corned beef, actually. That's why. Yeah, I didn't put that
Interesting.
2 and 2 together.
You didn't put that together.
But,
cool.
yeah.
So he makes it once a year, but you didn't figure that one out. Got it.
Correct.
Cool.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
High IQ individual for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone, I suppose. I drank all my Guinness. I had some recently, but it's gone because I drank it all because I'm a good Irishman and I enjoy my Guinness.
Cool.
So I'm drinking alcohol for St. Patrick's Day, which is what I do on every podcast day anyway. But I digress. So we got an episode planned for today. Quite a few announcements, so if you're not into that, look at the fucking timestamps. They're in the show notes. But also quite a bit of news to cover, and also some interesting patch notes. Today is not super light in the ass. This is a healthy sized episode, I would say.
It's a good size, yeah.
It's a healthy sized episode, which we are, of course.
It's serviceable.
It is serviceable, and we're excited to get into it. But first, a couple announcements. Welcome to our new gold patrons. And this is quite a list. Now, granted, we didn't read any of these on Friday for our Warzone roundtable, which was very well received, by the way. And
that was award-winning.
It was award-winning, yes. It was one of the best episodes of the program from an audience perspective that I think we've ever had, which is interesting. But we didn't acknowledge any patrons there, so we're doing that today. And so I will say welcome to our new gold patrons. Chronic 2012, change it, obviously. Jordan C. Zerd. Okay. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. It's not a good fake name, though. Zerd? It sounds like a space turd or something.
What is Zerd? Zerd has to have a meaning, right?
No, it doesn't. It's just a dumb
Define
fucking
Zerd.
name. Yeah, okay, let's define it, Tanner.
There's Zerg. Zerg is a slang term for a group of low-level gamers. Okay, cool.
Zerg's also one of the 3 playable races, factions in StarCraft.
I got it. I figured it out.
Series What?
A person overly obsessed with zombie-related media. So, of course, if that's what you are, maybe leave the Patreon now because there will be no zombies content. So,
yeah, that's perhaps true. Alex W, Rip Lips, Ghost 86, Ethan F, Sneakologist, which I kind of like, a little weird. You want to take a stab at this next one?
let me see where we're at.
Sneakologist.
Jesus. I actually don't even know where to start. Steward?
Fjord?
Sure, that sounds about right.
Fjord? We need a Norwegian to read us this name.
Wait. I have a video. How to pronounce it. Let me find this. Keep going.
Okay. Well, Sjord W, fucking Finnish man or woman. I don't know what fucking name that is. SJOERD.
Fjord.
Fjord?
Fjord. Fjord.
Fjord.
Fjord.
Okay. Well, change it. Get an American name if you're gonna be, or legally change it so that I have a better time reading it. Fjord. Okay. Or spell it phonetically for dumb Americans who know one language to read, right? Yeah. So do that, but welcome. Scribs and CJM, boys and girls, thank you. Those are our new gold patrons. Patreon.com/the Dropshot. 4 bonus EPs a month. 5 if you're Platinum or Damascus, plus other goodies. See the website, of course, for details. But thank you very much, boys and girls. Also, welcome to our new Platinum patron. Only Slightly Bad, much love, and some upgraders from Gold to Platinum. Skyline Life, Homewood 33, and Ty the Fire Guy. Skyline's been around for a long time. I think Only Slightly Bad and Ty have been as well. So I'm glad you guys, have upgraded and you might enjoy the 5th bonus episode per month you get from that. So much appreciated, boys and girls. And our new Damascus patrons. Okay. Evicted Fetus. Which is a name. That's very edgy.
Because you'd be in jail.
Yeah, depends on what state you're in. And
depends on what state, of course. Yeah.
And Taco. Much love, boys. Welcome. And of course, Cameron W with the upgrade from gold or platinum to Damascus. It doesn't tell me.
The drop team? I think it is the drop team.
I think it is the drop team. So cool. Shout out to the drop child, the drop teenager, who is, of course, above the age of 13, because it would be against the terms of service of the website to not be, for the upgrade. Our new Damascus patrons. Very much appreciate it. Boys and girls, patreon.com/the Dropshot. The best way for you and for us, for you to support the program. Figure it out. Tanner, anything from you?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Dynamite for the 4 offline gifted subs. Thank you, dude. Got that yesterday a few hours after I ended the stream. Not sure why, but thanks, dude. I appreciate that. That's it for me.
I wanted to, you've been doing a lot more morning streams.
I have. I think I'm going to do one tomorrow as well. I'm considering it.
It sucks because when we were doing the roundtable, you guaranteed everyone that you and Jake were going to do a morning donut tasting broadcast. Now, of course, you wouldn't give everyone your word and then not do it. So I must have missed it. So can you tell me?
I was live.
How did that go? What kind of donut did you try? Okay. Right? And what was the consensus?
I woke up Tuesday morning, slept great Monday night. I woke up, my alarm was set for 8:05, stumbled out of bed, walked to the bathroom, took a piss, and I was on the toilet and I was thinking, do I go get donuts? And then I kind of had this argument with myself in my head. I don't know about you, but donuts are good, but I don't crave them that often, right? Do you feel that way? Like if somebody brings in donuts to your place of work, sometimes you're just like, I don't want a donut. I'm sick of donuts. They're too sugary.
Yeah, it's a disaster. I do feel this way. Eating a donut in the morning is the best way to sabotage your day.
Eating a donut and drinking coffee is the worst start possible to a day, right?
It's not good. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why these old men do it. They sit in coffee shops. you know, they read the newspaper, they speak to the donut shops, they speak to the you know, the donut makers, they drink their coffee. It's just an awful start to the day.
Yeah.
So I said, no, I'm not having a donut. Let's just hope everyone forgot about that, right? So I called it the lattes and Verdansk. So I went live, drank my latte. Of course, Jake was supposed to join me. But what happened with Jake? Oh, he messages me and said, oh, I guess we have a tournament today. I forgot, LOL. It's in less than an hour. Cool. Thanks, Jake. Really appreciate that, bud. So he did his tournament shit, and I played, and it was fun. Who did I play with yesterday? I don't remember. It was a crew, though.
So when is the donut
Bjorn.
testing broadcast happening?
The donut testing is when I'm craving a donut next, right?
So never.
So, well, I think tomorrow we're doing bagels and lattes, because I did buy some bagels today.
What kind of bagels?
Everything bagels.
What kind of spread are we putting on these? Some
Philadelphia
some lox?
whipped cream cheese. No, I'm not doing lox. That's great, but I'm not going to do that at home because it's going to be bad.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So anyways.
So plain cream cheese on an everything bagel?
Yes. It's whipped though.
Okay.
It's like the type you get when you go to a bagel place.
Okay, interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's got a different texture.
When I was in college, there was a place called Einstein's Bagels or
It's a
Bagel
chain.
Bros.
Yeah, it's a chain.
Yeah, I know
Einstein
it's a
is a chain.
I know it's a chain. It's the only one I've ever seen though, and it was really good.
We'll travel more.
What made me really mauled is when I would go with someone. I went with many people, and some of these reprobates would go and get like an everything bagel with like flavored cream cheese. So they would get like like garlic herb cream cheese. And it's like you can flavor the cream cheese or you can flavor the bagel. But you're getting too aggressive with a flavored bagel and flavored cream cheese. Pick one. You can get a plain bagel and then put whatever the fuck kind of spread you want on it. Or you can get a sesame seed onion bagel and put plain cream cheese on. That's it. Stop it. People are getting too aggressive. So I was about to get very mad at you if you said anything other than plain cream cheese. But that is, of course, an acceptable answer.
Cool. Glad it's acceptable in your mind.
Good. Now that we've cleared that out of the way.
It's been cleared
now
for
that
sure.
that's out of the way. So if you eat bagels that are flavored with flavored cream cheese, stop it. Get a plain bagel. You're getting too aggressive. It's not even noon, and you're mixing flavors like this is a fusion restaurant. Stop it. Relax. Let's move on. Our first ever Patreon hangout, and this is our like all patrons, not just the Damascus hangout, but this was our first ever official patrons only hangout, was, I would say, a smashing success. So Tanner wasn't there, and we were taking a break from Warzone Customs. We broke the streak of like fucking a million in a row that we did, and decided to do sketchful.io, which is Scriblio, but it allows more people. And basically, like, one person has 60 seconds to draw something on their screen, and then everyone else has to type in what's being drawn. And the faster you guess, the more points you get. And it was a lot of fun, as I knew it would be, because it was fun last time we did it. But it was more fun than I remember. Yeah, it's really fun. Now, one thing I did learn is that a lot of you are fucking real dumb by the dumb shit decisions you would make drawing things.
They must be pretty smart, though, because they're part of the Patreon.
That's true. It's weird.
I mean,
it's weird. It's weird. Maybe they were just too drunk to have two brain cells to rub together to draw the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they would, you'd have to draw a flag, and then they would draw like the state capitol and be like, oh, well, you know.
There's a lot of pressure, though, dude. There's honestly a lot of pressure.
Draw the flag, dude, right?
Draw the flag, yeah. Because like it tells you what you have to draw, and you have to start doing it immediately. And there's like 20 people sitting there just judging you of what you're gonna draw. It's kind of I don't know, dude. You're kind of put on the spot.
That is true.
It's
I
more
guess.
nerve-wracking than doing a 1v4 in a Warzone tournament where your team could possibly win $100,000 for sure.
Maybe it is. That's perhaps true.
I
but-
would know. I win lots of tournaments.
Well, I'll edit that out. Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. Not too many people showed up for the entire thing. A lot of us were there in the beginning, and we were just kind of bullshitting. I thought it was really fun. And then we got the game started. Still a good number of people showed out, but just a reminder that this week it's going to be at the regular time. It'll be Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, of course. And we had daylight savings, so that might have changed. So Google what time is 7 p.m. Pacific or whatever, because I don't
figure it out, right?
Just figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. And then I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do this week. Tanner and I will discuss a little bit more. But if you guys want to do something in particular, let us know. If you want to go back to Warzone Customs, Sketchful again, something else, some other idea, we're open for that. Also, that's it. Tanner, you had this next note here.
Oh, I was just gonna say, our latest Patreon episode went live. When did that go live? This morning?
That went live this morning at 5 a.m.
This morning.
Pacific time. Yes.
It seems like it's been award-winning. Would you say? A lot of positive feedback in the Discord about that.
Actually, shockingly, yes.
This has been one of my personal favorite episodes to record. I didn't know it was going to be, but we finished, and I was like, "Damn, that's a good ep." Yeah, a lot of black helicopters in this ep. It was basically us discussing like the future of Warzone and what we predict or hope will happen with the supposed new map that's coming next month. So we had a lot of thoughts regarding that. So if you guys want to listen, join the Patreon.
Figure
right?
it the
It was a
fuck
good
out.
ep. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
You don't care, then hey, don't join. You're dumb though.
True. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. A lot of people had input on that. I thought it was a good episode prior to going into it, but yeah. I mean, I feel like every Patreon episode we think it's going to be fine, and then we're done with it and we're like, damn, that was good. But we just make fucking magic on the microphone.
Magic, yeah.
Just make magic, dude. So anyways, look into that. Also for the best of the week submissions, the document is being updated regularly, and I'm keeping the Discord channel up to date on that shit as well. Thank you to everyone who has submitted videos so far. A lot of good shit in there. I think they were all pretty good, for sure. But we picked one thus far. I planned to have it up by now, but I'll have it up tomorrow because there was a little bit of difficulty downloading it. But for those of you who only listen to the podcast and you don't ever really watch us game, this best of the week, one of the goals for this is for you to get a little sneak fucking preview of what our gameplay streams are like without having to watch for fucking 8 hours. It's like a 3 to 5 minute like little montage of the best of the week of our like gameplay streams that we've had. So we have one of those that'll be up very shortly. I'm going to make it its own playlist on the YouTube. So youtube.com/the Dropshot podcast. Subscribe, obviously, and then keep your eyes peeled for some of those best of the week videos, because hopefully we're going to have one for you every fucking week. And if you're an aspiring video editor, once again, feel free to submit. So
Yeah.
thank you again to everyone who has submitted thus far. Also, the gunfight tournament is coming right the fuck up. It's on the 26th, I believe, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I believe the signups are still open.
Mm-hmm.
So they are
Sign
still
up.
open. So sign up, join the Discord, go to the gunfight tournament channel, and see the pinned messages. You can find all the information there. There's an FAQ. There's the little sign up sheet, takes 2 seconds. And then, if you want to participate, do that. All you have to do is be a patron and you're good. And for those of you who don't want to participate, you should at least be here to watch us commentate it. That's going to be really fun. I think this is going to be more fun as a spectator than as a participant for most of you. So we will be streaming that live with commentary, and it's going to be a blast. This is going to be a new a new little adventure for Tanner and I.
Shit, that's next Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, we've never done anything like this before. So
I'll fire off a tweet for that one, right?
that might remind you of your prom night, but listen, it's going to be fun, unlike your prom night, right? So be here live and, take a gander at our first ever community tournament and mine and Tanner's first time ever commentating live, anything like that. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah,
and then
very
last,
excited.
but certainly not least, second to last, but certainly not least, we will be doing a Cold War. I disagree. A Cold War State of the Game address on Saturday. Now, we've done, I think, only one State of the Game address ever. And our plan for this is to be a quarterly, actually, no, biannual, twice a year fucking thing, right? So the game comes out, State of the Game address, 3 months after the game comes out, so we're a little late, relax. And then, 3 times a year. And then 6 months after the game releases, and then 9 months after the game releases. And then when the new game comes out, we do our year in review series. So we've done one State of the Game address before. We're going to be doing one again on Cold War this Saturday. Those are definitely special events, and I am excited to get into this one because there are a lot of things that need to be said about Cold War that we haven't said enough on this program, and we will be doing that on Saturday. It's kind of like a State of the Union, except this is more important. It's the state of a video game address. Brought to you by yours truly.
Much more important than listening to the President of the United States speak. Listen to Raz and Tanner Dropshot speak, right?
Yeah, well, let's move on. All right, so Tanner, I think that's it for me, but we do have a P.O. box opening. Is that correct?
We absolutely do.
Jesus,
we should have had 3 more. Of course, Raz didn't come and pick up his packages though, so we're doing one, and we're doing one because this is for both of us, and then Raz will pick all of his packages up, and we'll do the rest on Saturday. So this is from Jaren. I'll read the note, which of course he forgot to put in the box, so he messaged it to me. So Jaren, Iron Ranger, our local delivery man, says, congrats to both of you for reaching a stage few others in your space achieve. Oh, okay. Here are a couple of my personal favorites for you guys to celebrate your successes. I'm looking forward to what comes next for you guys.
Ooh.
Hopefully moving out of our parents' houses, right?
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a cashier's check for $80,000?
Hopefully, yeah. A little stream house. This is 2 KC and Meatloaf, it says.
Okay.
Of course, the KC is a K and then a C. God, this knife is just
Which
so
is not
sharp.
how my name is spelled, by the way.
This is a Milwaukee 48-22-1500. Little utility knife, by the way, if anyone's wondering. I'm sure you guys are. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Cool. Just packed like a professional, dude. Packed like a United States Postal Service professional. Oh, boy, these is... okay. This is interesting.
I see some bubble wrap.
There's a lot of bubble wrap here. This is what looks like to be either a cigar or a chocolate cigar. I will find out right now when I open it.
Put it in your butt.
Okay. This is a cigar. It is a Rocky Patel vintage 1990.
Ooh. 90?
Ooh.
Damn, that's older than us.
I don't know what that means in cigar world. It's probably not. I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's not. I don't know. Anyways. Next up is a nice little treat. This looks like a treat for sure.
A little little treat.
What a packaging job, dude. Holy shit, actually. This appears to be either Jaren pissed in a bottle and sent it to us, or it's alcohol. Let's see.
Maybe both.
I'm game for either. I'm not gonna complain.
We don't kink shame on this program, of course.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't shame anyone. You are who you are. You can choose who you want to be, right? This is a fucking bottle. Oh, nice. Douglas and Todd small batch bourbon whiskey, dude.
Ooh.
93 proof. Distilled and
God.
aged 4 years in a charred oak barrel in the varied climates of the 2 historic Minnesota counties.
Interesting. Okay.
Fantastic. Aged a minimum of 4 hard years in handmade oak barrels that provide.
Don't say hard years,
blah, blah.
right, Douglas?
Yeah,
Let's
right,
fucking
Douglas.
settle down on that. It's years.
Douglas and Todd was built to be a bourbon drinker's bourbon. What a line, dude.
Okay.
A bourbon drinker's This is honestly one of the best looking bottles I've ever seen. It doesn't show up well on
It's
camera.
a stout little bottle. It's a
Once you
stout
see it
little
in
bottle.
person, it's a great looking bottle. Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Fantastic. Jaren, thank you very much, dude. And of course, there's ×2 of those. The other one I assume is for you, or I can keep it. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Well, for sure.
I may just keep it, but
Well, for sure.
Jaren,
see.
thank you, dude.
Jaren, indeed. Thank you very
Fantastic.
much, brother. I will be enjoying those
We'll
things.
have to bust that out on Saturday.
We will, yeah. I'll be sure to go to Tanner's house. I'll pick those up. I'll get the other shit that was in the P.O. box.
So it's shit.
And,
So what people send us is shit. Got it.
That's not what I meant, but
Cool.
and we'll go from there. So much appreciated, Jaren. Yeah. What else do we have here? Another few little to so shouldn't whistle into your mic. You can break it that way. I've done it once.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
There you have it.
Okay. Dragon's Fire, which is of course a change it. I'm assuming that's what your name is, by the way, but it's a lot of fucking zeros and ones and leet speak, which you should have left in, 2005 where it belongs. So change it, of course. However, he did, of course, give fucking 5 Giftorinos and subbed himself for 4 months, dude. Let's go. Dragon, thank you, dude. 5 gifted subs. That's a lot of scratch, as we say here on this program. And the 4 months yourself, I very much appreciate it. Oh, and 2 more, dude. Let's go, brother. 7 gifted subs. Dragon, please change your fucking name, but thank you, brother. Much love. I appreciate you, dude. It means a lot. And, thanks for the sub yourself, dude. Welcome back, brother. And Doorman with a million numbers. I mean, what's with the shit names today, guys? Stop it. Stop it. Have a normal fucking name. Just make a name. Easy to pronounce. No numbers. No fucking, Nordic symbology.
Oh, that is entirely too many. 113020.
Yeah,
Wow.
Entirely too many. Entirely too many. But Doorman, another gifted sub. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you, brother. Much love. Much love. For that gifty boy. And also Dragon's Fire, also to Dragonfire on this platform, has donated 20 United States dollars and says Tanner rules. Let's go, dude.
Wow. Get scammed,
Yes,
me, right?
dude. Tanner rules, so I get paid, dude. Yes. Correct.
Damn. Okay.
That's how this
cool.
shit works, dude.
Cool.
Yes.
Excited for that. Yeah.
Dragon, perfect. The best message that could be attached to a donation to me, right? The best one we could get.
Cool.
Very, very much appreciated for the 20 bones, dude. Thank you very much, brother. A lot of love tonight. Your name's awful, but the support is not. So I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, brother. And Millie Boy with the gifted sub as well. Mad fucking lad, dude. Mill, thank you. Love you. Long time listener, supporter, proselytizer, and we take this. So thank you, Millie Boy. Much love, brother. And now, let's move on. If you're listening for the jingle, here it is.
We got through those pretty quick. It's quite a few announcements we powered through, would you say?
They were powered through for sure, yeah. They were.
Cool.
I mean, it was
Cool.
30 minutes, but we can call that powering through, I guess.
Yeah.
It was
Not
30
bad for like a P.O. box opening and everything.
Yeah, for sure. I fucked up my neck, dude. You know when you sleep
Did you?
wrong,
No, I
Get a
sleep
little-
fine every night.
little kink in. I doubt that.
I sleep fine
With
every
all the
single
things
night.
you've done, I don't think you ever sleep fine.
Really?
So
Come on, dude.
Because you'd be in jail.
peaceful night of sleep since you were 5. All right, welcome to the program. We got an ep today, so as always, we will start with playlist updates. Not much to talk about here. Cold War Stockpile is back. or I think it's still live. They might have just changed it to stockpile from the St. Patrick's Day thing. I don't really know. And then also Knife Fight 3v3.
Oh God.
Now
that sounds awful.
There's no details here as to what Knife Fight 3v3 means, but I bet it's awful. Yeah. I bet it's not
7
fun.
people queuing for it, so.
Yeah, the team balancing is going to be an issue when there aren't 6 people in the lobby. So those are whatever. That's the Cold War March 15th playlists. And then Prop Hunt will come back to Cold War as well later this month. And now it's a patch notes. Nothing changed in Warzone as far as we know. Only very minor bug fix patches for Cold War. And honestly, not too much to talk about in the Cold War arena tonight, with one very big exception, but we're going to get into that later. So as for patch notes for Cold War, nothing noteworthy to discuss this evening. In Warzone, there were a couple things. First of all, Prison now has the zombies underground. So the Call of Duty blog released an article, blah, 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 a bunch of roleplay shit, saying that the containment breach protocol is at 5%. And then Prison's occupation is highlighted by its name being crossed through in red on the map. So but when the shipwreck came, you open your map in Warzone, it'll say shipwreck, and then it was crossed out in red. That's no longer the case. It's now Prison that's crossed out in red to indicate that the zombies are there. Here we can see just some little fucking, lore, I guess. Horde reported at Prison Complex.
Lore for sure.
Confirmed hotspot, circled Prison. So not much to say there, but Prison's now where the zombies are. And then also the zombie machine, where you press that activate trial button to unlock the chest with the durable gas mask and shit. That's now at Prison as well, underneath Prison, and it is no longer at the shipwreck anymore. So I don't know if there are zombies at shipwreck, but there's no zombie trials at shipwreck.
No, there are not.
So
no
more
zombies at shipwreck.
Yeah.
Shipwreck does have some loot though. So if you haven't landed there because of the zombies and everyone hot dropping there, I went there after a gulag when we were playing a few days ago or something, and there was a lot of shit there, and it was completely unlooted. So maybe check it out if you haven't been there yet, because of all the, it's been a disaster prior to the zombies moving to Prison. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a POI for sure.
It's a POI. Yeah.
There's there's an ammo box and everything. Yeah, there's an ammo refill station there. So it's not a horrible place to land, I don't think. It just seems like it's usually going to be so far from the gas unless you're getting a prison circle, which kind of makes it a shit spot. But if you guys haven't checked it out, now's the time, because not many people are landing there.
Yeah. Agreed. Also, this is kind of interesting to me. Stim glitching was reportedly back for like the 6th time. But I never saw it once. And what seems to have happened is that Raven fixed it so quickly that this actually wasn't really an issue for most people. Like the next day, kind of quickly. And they tweeted to that effect on the 16th, yesterday. A Warzone hotfix went out overnight addressing a new occurrence of the infinite tactical bug. I'm assuming you had never encountered this 6th iteration, right, Tanner?
No, and I don't think it was a full stim glitch either. I believe... I don't remember what it was. There's something different with it, though. It was something involving a frag grenade and a claymore. It's like you threw a frag at a wall, you placed a claymore, threw a frag, picked up the claymore, picked up the frag, and you had unlimited stim. So something similar to that. I don't remember exactly. But also, remember, wasn't it recently Raven changed the gas so that over time it does more damage? It kind of means the stim glitch will never be as big of an issue as it was in the past. Wasn't that like a few weeks ago?
I remember us saying we wish it worked that way. I don't remember ever seeing that it actually changed.
I'm pretty sure they changed it because I saw people saying that same thing.
Interesting. That'd be good if they did. But we never covered it.
I don't know. I think we did.
Maybe we did.
Yeah, they changed that.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's good. Well, then, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's technically stim glitch just means infinite tacticals. So
Yeah.
if they're not using stim to like survive in gas forever, they can still just infinitely stun you, which is not great either. But the more important thing here is that I'm impressed with how quickly Raven actually fixed this. Like, it really does seem like ever since Raven took over, things have been in general better in Warzone than when they were under the rule of Infinity Ward.
I agree.
Like on all fronts, actually.
We haven't yet have had like a time where we've had like a busted gun that has just been ignored for over a month, like Infinity Ward did literally numerous times. The DMR meta was the worst we had since Raven took over. And even that was patched relatively quickly. That was like, I think 2 weeks or under, something like that.
And it's because it was the holiday season.
Yeah.
So it would have been faster, I think.
It's a holiday season. Yeah. So anyways,
Well, don't do that again. Yeah.
Okay. Infinity Ward is just utter shit, of course.
That's of course true. Yeah, that's of course true. So anyways, yeah, that was just cool to see. Once again, I want to give the devs and the publisher their props when they're due. And in this case, one dev team deserves some props. So I wanted to point that out. Also, onto some lesser known items here. As always, I scoured through the Data King's fucking YouTube channels and tried to find some things that were worth covering. And there were a couple things. The first of which is a TrueGameData YouTube video on movement speed in Warzone with respect to Cold War barrels, underbarrels, and stocks. And he goes into a lot of detail. This will be linked in the show notes. I suggest you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel, and his website is useful too, TrueGameData.com. I use it a lot, actually. And TrueGameData is one of these YouTubers that does not put out a video like every day. Like, he'll go like a week or two without any videos.
Yeah.
Because he only makes a video when there's like something to talk about, like testing his like complete, he wants to like share it, whatever. So one such video was on, again, the movement speed shit. First of all, they're consistent for Cold War ARs and SMGs. So if the FFAR Cold War barrels affect movement speed in these ways for the XM4, that'll also affect it the same way for the FFAR and the AK-47 from Cold War, etc., which is good.
Yeah, all Cold War ARs, right?
Yeah. So, I pulled a couple of screenshots here, and I don't honestly want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to talk about it a little bit, because there's a lot of shit that I pulled up here, and I think we can take a brief look at some of these things. I think a lot of this is actually less relevant than it might seem, but some of it is quite relevant. So we'll start with the ARs. Here is a look at the AR barrels. And you can see the list of the barrels on the left, and then what they affect in terms of movement speed on the right. Now, noteworthy thing here is that there are only two barrels that really help anything with respect to Cold War ARs. The takedown barrel plus 5% strafe speed, and the task force barrel plus 9% strafe speed. Now, you might be saying, well, obviously task force is best because it has the highest green number. But you have to remember that there are other factors, and the barrels do other things besides affect movement speed. So bullet velocity, effective damage range, do they increase recoil or not, etc. In the case of the FFAR, for example, a lot of people have gone from the reinforced heavy to the takedown barrel, because the takedown, I think, gives you less velocity, but instead of hurting your ADS movement speed by 20% like the reinforced heavy does, you get a bonus of 5% strafe speed with no penalty to your ADS movement speed. I don't know if you knew this, Tanner, but I was actually told this yesterday by L2 Drink Water, and I tried it, and it's pretty fucking noticeable, actually. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so this is kind of confusing. I don't know why you think this would be a better barrel necessarily, because sure, it has it has better strafe speed, which is like, to me, I don't think that matters that much. I mean, all throughout all of the Modern Warfare guns, we like never had an increase in strafe speed depending on attachments, really. And then all of a sudden now with these Cold War guns, there is that. And people are, I think, making it out to be a bigger deal than it is. I mean, even if your strafe speed is higher, aim assist is still going to work. People are still going to be able to shoot you. I don't think it's a big enough difference to actually make it worthwhile. And the thing is, so I have TrueGameData's website pulled up here, TrueGameData.com. The takedown barrel doesn't do anything for your effective damage range, and for your bullet velocity, it increases by 25%. So the reinforced heavy, sure, a little bit less movement speed, but its effective damage range is 30% extra, and the bullet velocity is plus 65%. So to me, that's a big difference.
Interesting.
It's still a no-brainer. I don't see why people are running the takedown. It really doesn't make sense to me, unless there's some other hidden stat there that I don't know about. But there's absolutely, I don't know. I don't see why people are running the takedown.
Well, losing 20%
unless TrueGameData
speed is really bad. I mean, especially for how people use an FFAR. Like, I'm not trying to use it like a RAM. You know, I'm using it as an
Again,
SMG,
though, I
as
feel like
you
people
said.
are too focused on like the numbers versus how it actually plays. Again, the aim assist is still going to stick to that person no matter what. If it's plus 20% or nothing, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not really understanding why that matters so much.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Regardless, I've seen a lot of really good players using both of these. Like, I think Huskers, L2K told me Huskers was using the takedown barrel now, but there are other really good people who are using reinforced heavy still. You know, I would suggest you guys go watch the video for yourselves and you can come to your own conclusions, but it is interesting.
And on that,
this
one more
is
thing.
a data point. Go ahead.
I don't think the effective damage range matters so much because, again, most people are, like you said, most people are using the FFARs, essentially an SMG. But the bullet velocity does matter. And when it's an extra 35% for the reinforced heavy, I just don't see an instance really where the takedown would be better. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet, but it's because it doesn't seem to make sense to me whatsoever. And I'm not, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Reinforced heavy still just seems the best overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, also, though, agency suppressor increases effective damage range. So I do agree with you that you're going to be using that either way. So, like, the effective damage range doesn't really matter that much for how an FFAR is used. Velocity is important. Super important, for sure. But
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't been ghosting bullets with the takedown.
Interesting. So you've been using it?
Yeah, for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not so much that I care about plus 5% strafe speed. It's more that I care about negative 20% ADS movement speed.
Got it. Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at. But anyways, you guys should go take a look. You can decide for yourselves. And that's going to change depending on the gun. Because if I was using a Cold War AR, like a normal AR, then I wouldn't care as much about strafe speed. And I would care a lot more about effective damage range. It feels like my main gun, So
Yeah, that makes sense.
here's the underbarrels. A lot of numbers here. Again, check out the video. This matters a lot less to me. I think it's interesting to see what the underbarrels do, but I would not pick any of these underbarrels for what they do to movement alone, because these are all pretty negligible. I'm going to pick an underbarrel based on what helps my recoil the most. And I actually don't really care that much how it affects my movement, unless it's a drastic penalty, because the most important thing here is my, recoil control.
Yeah.
So I think Field Agent is still, in general, the way to go here. But interestingly, the Bruiser Grip, I think, does help your recoil a little bit. And then it's also 3.5% movement and sprint movement speed, which is, not bad. But that's something to consider.
Just to clear it up, he's saying he just puts it as sprint in these, which of course is a change it. Now,
he goes
that's
over what
just
these mean
overall
in the
sprinting
beginning.
speed. Okay, so that's not sprint to fire. That's just your sprinting movement speed.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Yeah, there's 6 different categories of movement that he talks about.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying you guys should watch the whole video, because I'm not going to, we'll link it. But I just wanted to point these things out to you guys. And then here are the stocks. I think most of us already knew these things. but you know, tactical stock pretty good. SAS combat stock, Raider stock really good. But they do come with downsides like hip fire accuracy.
Yeah.
In the case of the Raider stock. But you know, this is what makes the FFAR so dumb, by the way. Plus 40% ADS move speed, plus 65% ADS fire move speed.
Yeah.
So when you're actually holding the trigger, you're zooming. It's like so crazy. So, yeah, it's fucking disgusting. But those are the details on that. And then we look at barrels for Cold War SMGs. This is pretty interesting, but again, especially with the SMGs for Cold War guns in this game, none of these should matter to you at all because a lot of these barrels are just not good with velocity, and the SMG barrel or guns are terrible velocity as it stands. So you basically only want to be maximizing that, and you shouldn't care what the movement speed is really. It's still good to know how these things affect your movement speed, which is why I've included this.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't really factor into your decision at all.
It's already an SMG. You should be focused on, you know. Oh wait, are you going over? You're going over under barrels right now. Yeah.
I'm moving on.
Yeah, it just seems like you should be focused on more like recoil control and other things versus movement speed on the SMG.
Yeah. And then under barrels is the last thing he tested for Cold War SMGs. And again, some interesting stuff here. Striker grip actually strikes me as pretty interesting. 3.5% movement and sprint movement speed. Patrol grip plus 6.5% sprint movement speed. 3.5% kind of negligible. 6.5% not bad. Especially if you're going to be running around Verdansk for an entire match. Getting an extra 6.5% sprinting movement speed, pretty good.
That's a big difference, actually. Yeah,
it is. Yes, and if you have like a floating attachment anyway, and you don't really know what else you want to run, I could easily see a patrol grip being slapped on your SMG or a striker grip, because regular movement speed's pretty good too. If you're going to be like hip firing, for example, you want to move a little faster. Nothing too crazy here, but I feel like Cold War SMGs often have a floating attachment where I'm like, I could drop this and pick something else up, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I could see these being relevant. I would look mostly to patrol grip and striker grip here, in my opinion. But those are the numbers. So I thought that was worth covering and interesting. And I will again link to that in the show notes. But, you know, most of this stuff is academic. But the AR barrels, I think, is where the debate is between the takedown and the reinforced heavy. I think that there's a debate worth having there. And the pros are having it themselves as well, which is why there's no consensus on what, you know, barrel to use on the FFAR. So that is that. And then also, I mainly wanted to talk about this because Tanner actually tried it. JGOD has a SPAS 12 TTK / loadout YouTube video. And Tanner is, of course, a JGOD simp, so he watched the video. And then he copied the loadout and gave it a shot in Verdansk. And the upshot of the video is that, like, the SPAS 12 has a faster TTK than the FFAR in, like, close range.
It's, like, within 9 meters.
Yeah. And that's, like, oftentimes how close you are when you're using an FFAR. So maybe the SPAS 12 is actually worth it if it has a faster TTK. And then JGOD also shared the optimal loadout as he sees it. And that is agency choke, reinforced heavy barrel, ember sighting point, 12 round ammo, and then no stock for the stock attachment. And I think Tanner copied this exactly and gave it a shot. Is that correct?
I did. I gave it a shot yesterday morning on stream. So as expected, it's really good up close. It's a shotgun. That's the way they should be balanced. It's very good up close, but you're still going to die to an FFAR if they're outside of 10 meters, essentially. So as it stands right now, there's, I think, zero reason to use shotguns in the current meta with the FFAR being how it is. But if and when the FFAR gets nerfed, it does seem like these could work their way into being meta. They're not nearly as broken as shotguns have been in the past in Warzone. They're not Dragon's Breath. They're not the Origin. They're just not that busted at all, but they're viable for sure. So I used it for a short while. I probably only got like 5 or 6 kills with it. And I just got to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's not worth running right now with an FFAR. I'm just going to go back to the FFAR because you can't really pair it with an FFAR because then you don't have anything for medium to long range really.
Yeah.
And you're just stuck with 2 close range weapons. So you have to pair it with something else. I paired mine with an AUG. It was just an odd setup. So either you had a class that destroys kids very close up, or you had a burst tactical rifle, which is meant to be used for like medium to medium long range engagements. But yeah, it's good. It'll 2-tap up close. The reload time is awful, which is good, of course. Oh, it's not awful. It's not as bad as like the Street Sweeper, but that's a good way of balancing it again.
True.
So none of these shotguns. JGOD put out another video today going over the Street Sweeper, the Gallo, and I can't think of the third one. But he covered all of those, talking about how they're all good in Warzone right now.
The Howard?
No. And they all have their own play style essentially, and you kind of have to choose which one works for you.
Jack 12?
Jack 12. Yep. Jack 12. That's what it is. So that's an interesting video too, if you guys want to check that out. But as it stands, I don't think right now there's any reason to use a shotgun until the FFAR is busted. Then we can come back to this and think about using that and see how it works. But again, with a range on these, I don't ever see it being busted. I think it'll be like a top tier, as JGOD usually calls, like a top tier viable weapon. I think is what it'll be.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, the reason like the R9 Dragon's Breath was so dumb was the fucking insane range it had.
Well, and how it burnt people when they got fired.
That too, yes. It's part of what gave it range, I would say. And yeah, the SPOS 12 doesn't have that. Like it can melt people super close, but like every shotgun can. So at that point, why not use a Jack 12? You know?
Exactly.
I don't know. So
I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pee as well. So that is that. Those things are all in the show notes. So we'll have those 2 videos linked in the show notes. And we encourage you guys to take a look yourselves, particularly at TrueGameData's video. And then JGOD's if you're interested. The SPOS 12 definitely seems good. The Gallo, as it's called in Cold War. For sure. But it doesn't seem... It seems like there are better options. That's how I would put it. It just doesn't have quite enough range. And I'm glad it doesn't, by the way, because shotgun metas are cancer. So luckily, it seems like this won't be like the meta like the R9 was. And we can thank Raven for that, I suppose. So now on to news and upcoming changes. So we have a couple spicy tweets that we would like to refer to as news today, this evening. Because third parties, Twitter accounts, and YouTube channels are the real source of information behind Activision's giant behemoth called the Call of Duty franchise.
Yeah.
And we have to deliver the real shit to you, so we will go to the YouTube channels of 20-somethings and the Twitter accounts of, nefarious characters, such as Tom Henderson, my good friend Tommy Boy. Now, Tom Henderson is a very reliable leaker in the Call of Duty space. I think he is one of the most highly regarded leakers in Call of Duty. He's been right about pretty much everything he's leaked. And he said some other things in that vein recently. And these things also would make sense even if he weren't leaking them. Like, none of this is terribly surprising, but it does serve as somewhat confirmation for some of the theories we had. So one of these tweets says, I'm not sure on March 11th, I'm not sure on when the next zombies map is coming, but if I was to guess, halfway through season 2 seems logical. I don't think they want to make or take too much away from the Warzone Season 3 event. Releasing a new map when all zombies in Warzone get nuked doesn't make sense to me. Which is true.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
You don't want to stack all of your content on one day, especially Activision. They like to trickle shit out. So it would make sense that we're getting really soon, actually, a new zombies map. And then when Season 3 comes out, it's going to be just the new Warzone map. He added there is a mid-season 2 coming. So if the new zombies map, doesn't release then it will obviously release at the beginning of Season 3 as well. Interesting. What are your thoughts on this?
This is interesting because midway through Season 2 is like next week.
Yes.
So that seems too quick. I mean, the whole Outbreak thing still feels like it was just last week. So them already releasing a new zombies map in 1 week doesn't seem to make sense to me. I do feel like this will end up being Season 3, even though that may take away from the Warzone Season 3 event. It's like, I get it, like the hype wise, but the people that are playing zombies are still playing zombies either way. That's not going to have any effect on the people playing Warzone. And I feel like it goes the other way too. People playing Warzone a lot probably don't care about zombies anyway. So I feel like they can pretty much release both at the same time and it not really matter, right?
That's a good point.
I mean, the zombies community is a small community compared to Warzone. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think it really matters. It just seems too early to be next week. I don't know.
There haven't been that many allusions to it. Yeah, it's all been to the new map.
Treyarch loves fucking teasing a new anything for 4 weeks before it comes out. So you would think we would have seen something by now.
True. That's fair. That's a fair point. So, yeah. So interesting. And then also, this we had talked about on our latest Patreon episode, actually, but we're going to address it here again. On March 12th, Tom tweeted, "It looks like images of the new Fireteam map Zoo, which is also a POI in the Warzone map, has started circulating around. We could get this map mid-season for Fireteam and Outbreak." Now, if you go online and Google this, you can find an image of it. We showed it in the Patreon episode. We're not going to show it here because I don't want Activision's considerable legal team coming after us. But we gave our thoughts in the Patreon episode on how it looked and all that. It looks like it would be pretty good. And then as a Fireteam map versus a Warzone map, it's an interesting topic to go over. But the timing would be interesting if it did release mid-season 2, which is like next week or whatever. And that would also mean that the new Fireteam map, Zoo, would come out before the new Warzone map. And the Fireteam maps are purported to be in the new Warzone map. So this would kind of make sense. So I thought that was interesting and worth talking about. And if you guys are interested in that, if you're interested in Cold War or in Warzone, you can look up the Fireteam map Zoo and it will be applicable to you.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a fourth Fireteam map, and it'll also be part of the new Warzone map, ostensibly. So, also he said, "Not sure why people keep tweeting me about the new Warzone map coming this week," as in mid-season 2. It will come at the start of Season 3. Zombies still need to invade the entire Warzone map. And this is something I don't think that is new information. It's just more like unofficial confirmation that we're getting the new Warzone map at the start of Season 3, which should be in like April, 22nd, I think, right? In about a month.
I wrote it down somewhere down here. Yeah.
April 21st or April 22nd, in about a month.
Yeah.
Is when we'll see the new Warzone map. Now, what Tom says here is that zombies still need to invade the entire Warzone map. So another thing we've talked about, they're moving awfully slowly. At this pace, they won't make it through the whole Warzone map. So do we think that the timing between zombies taking over POIs is going to ramp up at some point here, or are they just not going to go through the whole Warzone map, or is Tom wrong and we're not going to get a new Warzone map in Season 3? Because
that's a great question. we're about to get into that with this next topic here, but regarding this, how he says zombies still need to invade the entire Warzone map. That interests me because the zombies have been at 2 POI so far. They were at Shipwreck, now they're gone, and they're at Prison. So the way he words this saying they're invading the entire Warzone map, I don't understand why the zombies aren't going to the next POI and there's also still zombies at the previous ones. I mean, if the whole plan is to have like some live event where the zombies invade, they start to overtake the entire map, they have to call in a nuke to kill all the zombies, there's no other choice, blah, blah. Why are they only putting them in one POI at a time? It's kind of what I'm not getting.
True.
It almost doesn't matter if they're at all the POIs, because like at Prison, they're underground anyways. You can land Prison, they're not going to chase you. You can land at the top of Shipwreck, they're not going to chase you. So it really wouldn't matter if they keep moving and staying at all the POIs, because they're so easy to avoid and they're in such small areas that it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like you can grab one and have it chase you all the way from Prison to Dam and it just keep following you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. I wonder if they will start, like, instead of going to port next, it'll be like they're at port and in downtown at the same time.
Well, hey, let's talk about this next point, right?
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. I'll show the image here. By the way, you have to link the image, Tanner.
I wasn't sure if we are going to pull it up or not. That's why I just put it there for the note.
Got it. Well, I did it. So
cool. Good job.
What is Activision has sent out Verdansk General hospital scrubs to certain content creators with a note above. And this is what the note says. You can see it on your screen here. The latest diagnosis, it's looking grim in Verdansk. Escape while you still can. I'd say take 2 of these and I'll see you in the morning, but you won't last until morning. And it says Call of Duty Warzone. That
doesn't seem like a proper sentence. None of that seems to make grammatical sense. Am I right? What's with the last sentence there? It's a disaster. It just, I don't know.
It's not
it doesn't flow well. Their PR team, whatever that is, their marketing team, they need some work for sure.
The last sentence should just be the second clause of the sentence preceding it.
Yeah, their marketing team should actually all be fired.
I'll see you in the morning, comma, but you won't last until morning. That's what it should say.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, where did you see this, Tanner?
This is all over Twitter. Certain content creators were receiving this. Exclusive Ace got it. I think I got this one from, this was from Espresso. Carnage, E. coli, I think it just goes by Espresso now. But anyways, it's pretty obvious here. And this is what all the content creators said. Activision is obviously teasing the zombies coming to hospital. They sent them actual scrubs, like blue scrubs that say Verdansk General on it. Yeah. Exclusive Ace took a picture of him wearing it. It's pretty funny. So from what we're just talking about, why are they teasing hospital all of a sudden? So why don't we name some POIs that are closer than Prison, or than hospital is to Prison, right? We have fucking port. We have lumber. We have farmland. Downtown. We have downtown. We have
Promenade.
Stadium. Promenade is not closer.
Okay.
Promenade's a little bit further. So we have 1, 2, 3. How many did I say? We have 5 POIs closer than hospital. What is going on here? Activision marketing, what the fuck is going on?
Good point.
Why are we sending out little packages regarding hospital, which is cool. It's kind of a cool little dumb thing they did, send out the scrubs.
Like it.
It's fun.
Like it. Yeah.
It's fun and exciting. It's one of the better marketing gimmicks they've done.
It's fun and exciting, yeah.
But why are they going from Shipwreck to Prison, which are within a stone's throw of each other, to crossing the fucking river and going to hospital? What is going on there?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding it.
That is a good question. I didn't even think about this, but you're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's very weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So
very weird.
Again, are we just going to pass up all of those POIs? Because the rumors have always been the zombies are going to invade and take over every POI.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is a point of interest in Verdansk. So, yes. I don't know. This is a little weird to me. Are they just going to skip the other ones?
They have to do something, because at this pace, they can't go through all of them. So maybe they are just phoning it in.
They're just saying, "Oh shit,
we'll say it's 50%." and
what
we're
they're
just gonna do
saying?
one more in fucking damn, and we'll just call it done. Fuck it.
Yeah.
This is too much work.
Know what they're realizing? They're like, oh shit, we forgot to put the patch live where the zombies were at port.
True.
Now they're rushing. Now they said, oh screw it, let's just skip over those other POIs. We're going straight to hospital, right?
Yeah.
So
true.
I don't know.
True. Very true.
I wonder where they're gonna be at hospital. That'll be the zombies at hospital will be will be a bigger deal for sure than shipwreck or prison, because the only people that land in prison are recon Randys, and the only people that landed shipwreck were checking it out because of the zombies. Now nobody goes there. So hospital is actually a hot place to drop. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, actually.
Yeah, it will be.
Because
Because
if they're just going to be ground level, there's no like underground.
That's
or
exactly
anything.
what I was going to say. Yeah. Because like in Quarry, there is an underground level in the northmost building. Not northmost, but the biggest northmost building in Quarry has like a significant underground area where zombies could be. But I don't think Hospital has anything like that. Not that I can think of. The hospital is huge, and there could be like a ward that they've taken over or some shit. I don't really know.
That's what some of the black helicopters comments in chat are saying.
Helicopters.
If you're injured by a zombie, you turn into a zombie, right? So injured people may have gone to the hospital. Because he's saying then they go to the hospital and they turn into a zombie. I don't know.
I mean,
That's cool.
Verdansk
But
is abandoned. There's no hospital staff. I don't know why they would be there.
I don't know.
It's not like there's any doctors to treat you, but maybe they went there to like raid the medicine cabinet. Like they were, again, prom night. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing I written in my notes. So apparently the zombies just took the fucking helicopter from prison, right? And just landed on top of hospital, and now they're
They
there.
hot dropped prison and they're doing a recon in hospital now.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Zombies are going to be on the train next doing 8 recons in a row.
Yes. So interesting stuff there, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, they can't go at this 5% per 2 weeks pace and be at 100% in 35 days, obviously. So they do have to do something different. So maybe this is it. Like, actually, they just skip the hospital, and then, like, they just say 50%. Like, actually, I don't know how else you do it, because we can't go 5% of the time through every POI and then also be done on season 3. So something has to give here. Maybe that's why they're in hospital. I don't know. But interesting nonetheless. And you know, these are just more teasers to the effect that Verdansk will be no more soon. And we'll have a new Warzone venue, dude. Venue. So
I'm getting kind of sad, dude.
are you?
Like Warzone has always been Verdansk.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird. It's not going to feel like Warzone when we get a new map. It's not going to feel like
Rebirth
Warzone
Island
for
does not
months.
feel like Warzone, yeah.
No, it's actually going to be sad. Like I've just now like really have been finding like drop spots I really like, areas I like to play, then this map's just going to be gone. It's kind of, it's sad, dude. I'm going to shed a tear for sure.
Well, we'll see how many buildings are in the Ural Mountains, and we'll see how happy or sad I get.
Yeah.
If there are none, then I'll dance on the grave of Verdansk, along with all the zombies, when you complete the Easter egg, of course, and make the zombies dance. Anyways, let's move on. So a little more substantive here. Behind the scenes, Tanner had told me that the AUG and the FFAR are getting nerfed quite soon. And I was looking for a source on this information, constructing the notes today, and I couldn't find one. And then Tanner told me that the source is, of course, who told us that an AUG nerf is coming this week.
Yes.
Now we shall see, as Tanner said. It will obviously come tomorrow, if it's going to come, an AUG.
Yeah,
nerf.
we've.
So this is just the AUG?
That's what I heard. It would make more sense if it's the FFAR too. Now, of course, here at the Dropshot LLC, we do have insider information. We have a developer at Activision that provides us with information, and we pay them $500 United States dollars every time. So if you guys want those leaks, continue to donate to our PayPals so we can obtain those leaks for you, right?
Yes.
I heard AUG though. FFAR would make complete sense. I feel like it needs to be both. But yeah, we didn't want to talk about this too much in case it doesn't come true, but from the information that we have received, there is an AUG nerf coming this week. I was told this at the end of last week. So if this doesn't come tomorrow, Thursday, it's not coming at all, and we got scammed, as they say.
Yes.
But we'll see. I don't know. There needs to be a nerf for the AUG and the FFAR, I think.
True. AUG, yeah, they both need to be nerfed really bad. And by the way, for those of you thinking we're bullshitting, we leaked something once before that no one else leaked. It was that dumb fucking Viking store bundle. We said on the podcast, like a week before it got released, that there's going to be this store bundle. Keep your eyes out for it. And then it came, and then I made sure to remind everyone on Twitter. What was that?
And the two-factor.
And the two-factor that requires the cell phone number, yes. We unironically do have an inside source. We don't tap it very often, but we do have it.
We tap when we tap.
We tap the source. We need to tap the source, right? Every time we get $500, and it's taken us about a year since our last one to have those funds, we tap the source again. We go back to the well, and we've heard that the AUG will be nerfed this week. We really unironically have an inside source. We just don't, use it very often. But there you go. Now, obviously, you don't need a leak to tell you. Common sense will dictate that the AUG needs to be nerfed. It's not a question of if it will get nerfed. It's a question of when. And according to our source, or sources, it'll be this week. So probably tomorrow, actually, yeah. That would be the day that it would happen. So keep your eyes peeled.
And if it doesn't happen, of course we will remove this podcast. We'll edit this entire part out and pretend it was never said.
Yeah. I'll delete the recording, edit it, and then re-upload it and say there was a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Because as Raz was saying, our last insider information was when they did the two-factor authentication when they were first trying to eradicate Verdansk of the millions of cheaters. So they required you to like link your cell phone number or something like that to make a new account. It worked for like a week, of course, and then they figured out a way around it, and it didn't matter anymore. But that was like that was Activision's first stance, pretty much, against cheaters in Warzone.
Yeah. Yep. And if you guys really care, you can go to my Twitter at Razanon. You can find I screenshotted it, and I tweeted at it, and I said I called it, bitch.
Shouldn't take too long to find. Raz has only fired off like 4 tweets in the last year, so.
Well, let's move
including
on.
One today at Glorious PC Gaming Race.
Okay. He responded immediately. He saw I was clouded the fuck up.
He saw you,
fuck up. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't DM you and just beg to just send us free mice, right? We'll DM them.
Glorious. We will happily sponsor you. I use your products. This is my GMMK right here. So, anyways, cool. Let's move on. Okay, so also there was an article written on charlieintel.com, and it covers I believe this was an interview that their chief revenue officer, Snow, did with somebody. I don't remember who. It says in the article. I don't care though.
Cool.
I also didn't know chief revenue officer was a title, but it is. So okay.
CRO.
The CRO.
CEO,
Snow.
CFO, CRO.
CEO, CFO, COO, CRO. Yeah. CoQ10. Anyway, and it's talking about the future of Warzone in general. So, new Warzone seasons to bring, quote, never done before Call of Duty content is the title of the article. And then there's some stuff in the interview that was done. I'm going to cherry pick a few lines and read them to you, and we can talk a little bit about them. So one thing from Snow, CRO. In the upcoming seasons, you're going to see some really cool new stuff that Warzone has never done before. It'll be really exciting and done in a Call of Duty way. Now, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
A cool thing.
That's an okay.
That'll be really exciting and done in a Call of Duty way. I don't know what that means, but something new in the upcoming season. So that's interesting. But go ahead.
It sounds like the chief revenue officer, who of course doesn't know a goddamn thing about video games, is just trying to word something and sound cool, right? It'll be done it'll be done in a COD way, guys. You guys, you guys know what I'm talking about because he doesn't know,
Yeah, right, fellow kids. It'll be Call of Duty way. Yeah.
Right, gamers. Yeah.
Any gamers? Also, only Warzone could do things that we have planned in upcoming seasons. Like have a giant game without an anti-cheat. Call of Duty Cold War's identity and 80s theme offer tons of opportunities for innovative content. This confuses me. Why? What is the 80s? What kind of innovative content could you deliver based on the identity of Cold War and its being in the 80s? I don't understand that at all.
I don't know what the 80s has to do with it.
I think
maybe obviously
they're
just
time travel bullshit. Actually.
Oh God.
What were you gonna say though?
Dude, what if we time travel back to the 80s and all of like the modern weapons are just gone and we can only use Cold War weapons in Warzone? Holy black helicopters. Black helicopters.
That was our first theory, remember?
No, I don't remember that at all, actually.
It was in the fucking a year in review. It's like
was it?
You go under the subway system.
Oh yeah,
the portal. It's the 80s. Yeah. Maybe
God, we're so dumb.
Or we were wise
we're
beyond
fantastic.
our months. Yeah, I don't know.
We could just be very wise. I mean, to me, that's obviously hinting that Warzone is going to be focused around, Cold War era, Cold War themed stuff next month, which of course is a potential disaster. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, could he be referring to the new map?
Well, that's exactly what I think he's referring to. Let's not say there's a ton of opportunities for innovative content, though, right? Yeah, that's absolute change it. Yeah, let's go back in time 40 years and provide you guys with a bunch of innovative content. Okay.
Yeah.
Stick to the numbers, right, Snow?
Yeah. Yeah, Snow is not the man for this interview. He should be chained to his desk crunching numbers or whatever the fuck a CRO does.
He also doesn't know what skill-based matchmaking is and said it's not in the game.
So anyways, another little snippet here. Snow also mentioned that Activision does not fully view Fortnite as a competitor. That's false, by the way. Let me be clear. He's lying. Of course Fortnite's a competitor. They're a free-to-play BR. They are the competitor, I would say, along with Apex, and that's it, actually. So Snow said, we don't look at Fortnite as a competitor. We're really focused on making Warzone be the best it can be.
You are fake news.
And then interestingly, this was odd. Only Warzone could do the zombies the way we do them. Why mention zombies with respect to Warzone?
Well, there are zombies in Warzone right now.
But it's not like a part of Warzone, really.
Only Activision can move the zombies from one POI to the other and do nothing else for 2.5 weeks straight and call themselves innovative, right?
Yes. Very weird thing to say there. I'm not sure.
It's an odd thing. Again, he doesn't play the game. He doesn't know anything about the video game.
That's the vibe I'm getting for sure. Also, he said, if we were to check back with each other in about 4 to 5 weeks, we might be able to speak a little bit more specifically. We certainly see an opportunity for Warzone to play a part of our esports product around the Call of Duty franchise. We plan to bring that to the table pretty soon. Now, this is something we talked about a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, where
a while ago,
where there was some interview with some other person at Activision talking about how they're interested in competitive Warzone or whatever. But I think that was more on the consumer side, like us being able to queue for ranked. It wasn't really focused on professionals, as in Call of Duty as an esports product, as this pencil pusher put it.
Yeah.
So interesting. Warzone as an esports product. We did talk about that a little bit when we were talking about the ranked mode, potentially coming to Warzone. What are our thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think we did talk about this exactly, actually. Because like I brought up a long time ago when I didn't really know anything about the tournaments, I was like, okay, so Activision doesn't put any of these tournaments on, right? And I was like, okay, so it's pretty obvious to me that they should be putting on tournaments because people are willing to buy into these tournaments and play them despite being killed by a cheater every third game when they're you know playing for $100,000. So it seems obvious to me that Activision should take advantage of this and have some sort of an esports league, something of the sort. Now, I wonder if the organizations, if these esports orgs know information that the average person doesn't. Because like, for example, today it was announced that Aiden joined the New York Subliners, I think, which is they have a Cold War professional team. And these organizations are kind of building up Warzone players. And I wonder if it's because they've known for a while this has been coming. Like 100 Thieves has, who do they have? Like Tommy, Rated, different people. And all of these orgs have Warzone professional players. And right now they're calling it, Warzone content creators. But it'd make a lot more sense if these guys have known this ahead of time and they're starting to build their teams out for some sort of professional esports Warzone tournament, which would be extremely interesting. And I would be very, very happy if they did that. I would love to watch that. Of course, BRs aren't the most competitive game mode out there. Just because you win a BR tournament absolutely does not mean you're the most talented player. There's a lot of, randomness that goes into BRs, but it's not easy to win a game of Warzone. So there is something to be said about it, and it'd be very fun to watch nonetheless. Much more exciting than Cold War CDL, not even close.
Yeah. I wonder if an Activision-sponsored league, esport, around Warzone would be like every competitor in a lobby is on an org. So it's just 40 teams of 40 different organizations. Or if they would be behind like kill races. And like... Yeah,
great question, actually.
And
really
how
good
would that
question.
work?
Yeah, because most of the people that have played these tournaments, when they've done the private lobbies, people don't like watching them, and I think they don't like playing them. It is not Warzone at all. It turns into like Fortnite building, but instead of you building, you're just camping in a building, trying to get to that final circle, playing it super safe, trying to get high placement. It is way more exciting if it's a public game, if it's like a kill race or something, but if Activision thinks they can do something like that and still not have any sort of anti-cheat, because this would bring in more cheaters than ever by far. Yeah. Not even like cheaters trying to join like the tournaments, because if this is some sort of esports league, it's going to be like the CDL possibly, where they have to pay millions of dollars to join in. So it's like you're not going to get random hackers on these orgs playing. But if they're in public lobbies, they're going to be running into hackers all day long, because these cheaters are going to be like, oh my God, this guy's playing for $100,000. Let's fuck him up and just ruin his whole day, right? So I don't see how this could work if it's not private lobbies. I don't know. I mean, maybe Warzone's just about to entirely change and we're going to see a huge competitive shift to these private lobbies.
True.
A lot of black helicopters there.
A lot of black helicopters there. If I was, if the New York Subliners were my org, and there was a kill race tournament, part of my budget would be to employ 16-year-olds to aimbot in everyone else's lobby and ruin the other professional organization's chance at winning.
Or get stream snipers, yeah.
I would employ stream snipers, yes. I would employ people to cheat. I would pay for their boats. Yeah, in-game. I would pay for their boats. I would pay for their time. I would pay for their game license, for their 80 cell phone numbers that they'll need to re-authenticate every time. I would pay for it all. And I would just say, hey, go fucking ruin 100 Thieves' entire day today. Make sure they get killed as soon as possible. And then, I'll pay you whatever. And then we'll win the tournament and then we'll recoup our investment. It would be a disaster. What I do wonder is if they did want to do the kill race thing, maybe Activision would have a small number of servers during these events that they are like actually monitoring. So it's like, okay, we have these 10 teams competing in a tournament today. Every time they get in a lobby, like we're going to be podcasting it, and if we're going to be looking for cheaters like actively, and if someone's cheating, we're immediately ripping them out of the game so they don't get they don't like interfere or whatever. That could be
but
something
still,
they do.
it's like one guy gets killed by a hacker and then he loses his gulag. That game's over for that guy and it was ruined. So it's like, okay, what do you do? Restart it? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like it would have to be private lobbies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does kind of seem that way. It really does. I think you're right.
And that just, I don't know. I don't remember what that last tournament was that, I know OP Marked was in it. I don't remember other people.
He was on Iron's team. It was Twitch
Okay,
Rivals.
so he was on Iron. Yeah, that tournament I didn't watch, but I heard it was very boring. Very boring.
It was exciting to me. I watched it, but
Really?
it's just it was slow until it wasn't. You know, people playing real safe.
There's a lot of build up, yeah.
And then like there were a lot of people left toward the end, and then shit was like insane.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, I would still rather watch a kill race tournament where these guys are dropping 60 kills apiece.
Yeah, I think most people would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Activision can manage to fuck that up. But apparently it's on their agenda. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then, April 22nd is when the next season of Warzone is happening, as we alluded to earlier. Also, there was another Warzone anti-cheat ban wave, 30,000 more accounts. The company confirmed in an interview with PC Gamer, by the way, this is the best thing I've ever seen. The company confirmed in an interview with PC Gamer, the game meaning Warzone, does in fact have an anti-cheat system, but did not comment on any specifics about it.
Because you'd be in jail.
Fake news me, please. Please fake news me.
You are fake news.
Absolutely fake news.
Fake fucking news,
And if they have an anti-cheat and they're willing to say they have an anti-cheat, why would they not go into specifics about it? There's no anti-cheat here. This is crazy. There's another iteration of them lying to us, of course.
Yeah.
Technically, a report feature is an anti-cheat system.
Well, yeah, they have an anti-cheat. They ban people that have been reported a number of times, like the gaming definition, and he gets shadow banned for a week.
Right.
So yeah, they have an anti-cheat. Cool.
And it's terrible. Exactly.
Crazy, though. We still see a ton of obvious aimbotters in Verdansk, right? Yes. Crazy, actually. Holy shit.
Very, very super crazy. So, and they also promise to be more transparent about their efforts with respect to cheaters in Warzone going forward. To Raven's credit, they actually have been. I think Raven's doing as good of a job as they probably can under the boot of Activision publishing company.
Agreed. Raven actually seems like they could be a great development team if they weren't handcuffed by Activision.
Yes.
They do seem like they know what they're doing and they're making good choices. It's obvious, like people complaining, like I still see people on Treyarch's posts about like, you know, their mid-season update coming next week. People are still playing people are still saying like remove skill-based matchmaking so I can play with my friends. Oh, do you think they have anything to do with it? Tweet at Activision. If you want somebody to not listen to you and not care, tweet at Activision. Yeah. Treyarch, Raven, nothing to do with skill-based matchmaking. Nothing to do with the anti-cheat.
Yeah. 100%.
It's not up to them.
Yeah. So that is all, of course, true. It is interesting that they banned 30,000 more accounts. It's a step in the right direction. You know, I still see cheaters all the fucking time, though. All the time. It seems like it might be marginally better these days than when Infinity Ward was at the head. But if it is better, it's just that marginally. I don't think it's going very well. And whatever anti-cheat system they pretend to have or say they have, change it. It's not working well.
Absolutely change the anti-cheat system, yeah.
Yeah. So and then Tanner, we have a tweet from Treyarch Studios. What are we looking at here? What is this about?
Yeah, so Treyarch Studios tweeted out it actually wasn't even a tweet. It was a response to their other tweet. Which I don't remember what it was about, but that was a little odd. They said, for those asking about weapon tuning, we've got a full tuning pass coming in our next major update. And Season 2's midpoint is just around the corner. Basically saying that's like next week, and we'll probably see all the changes then, if any.
And this is with respect to Cold War.
Yeah, this is just Cold War.
Got it.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they're not going to nerf the snipers. They still haven't. They're not going to. They're not going to nerf the shotguns. They still haven't. They're not going to. They're not going to nerf tactical rifles, one bursting everyone. They haven't. They're not going to. So I'm absolutely shocked, just utterly confused as to what weapon tuning this is going to be.
Yeah, true.
Because I'm going to be shocked if they do anything that I'm expecting them to. It's like, what are they going to change? The assault rifles suck. The SMGs, an AK-74 is an assault rifle, but better at assault rifle ranges.
Yeah.
Fully automatic shotguns one-tap me within 10 meters.
Yeah.
Snipers have a hitbox the size of a, fucking 18-wheeler. They have aim assist. The time to kill is too high to go up against a one-shot sniper rifle. Just none of it makes sense. There's not going to be any viable weapon tuning next week. Because, the actual weapon tuning at its core is just bad. It's bad compared to the time to kill, and there's nothing that's going to be fixed next week.
I totally agree with you, because obviously what weapon tuning would mean is absolutely nerf snipers, hitboxes specifically, but that's such a weird problem. They're definitely not gonna touch snipers or remove aim assist from them or add flinch to them. They're gonna do none of those things. That's the biggest thing that they need to do to make the game fun that they won't do. So absolutely true. Shotguns are annoying as fuck, especially the street sweeper. They might nerf that. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if they did. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. The only thing that they could really realistically do, that they should do, that I could see them potentially doing, is nerfing the fuck out of every LMG in the game. Because the LMGs, I've said this for months now, are way too strong in Cold War at everything. They're too fast for how much damage they do. They have too much velocity. They're just so much better than every other gun besides snipers. It's actually insane.
Assault rifles are literally the worst gun category. Yeah. LMGs are better. SMGs are better. Shotguns are better. Snipers are better. TAC rifles. There's nothing worse in a Call of Duty multiplayer title than an assault rifle.
I know.
Crazy, right?
Actually,
insane.
Actually real and
mind-blowing. We'll talk about it on Saturday. Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. That is actually real and true. There is no reason to ever use an assault rifle in Call of Duty multiplayer in current year. Imagine that sentence coming out of my mouth.
Imagine that.
But that's real and true.
And it sucks because the Farah came out. I like it. It's a fun gun to use. Gets beaten by a ton of other weapons at almost everything.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. True. Just like you said, you're better off just using an SMG. Because at least you'll have insane handling along with your dog shit range.
Yeah. As
opposed to an AR that has mediocre handling and also dog shit range.
Yeah.
Where you both just get raped by a stoner anyway. A thermal sight stoner across the map that two taps you. I mean, the LMGs are so offensive. Not as offensive, of course, as the snipers, but that'll never change. So.
Never.
Anyways, that is that. And then this next note, Tanner, this is interesting. I actually hadn't seen this. What am I looking at here?
This is for sure interesting. So this is an article. Bunch of places have this. I pulled this one from IGN.
Okay.
Activision Blizzard reports new layoffs. Claim Surface's CEO set to pocket enormous bonus payout. What a title. So again, this is a fairly long article. I'm going to talk about the main point here, which is this. I quote, 50 esports specific layoffs are a result of the company's attempt at reinventing its esports division amidst the global COVID-19 pandemic. Planning on a future where esports look different and are less dependent on live events.
Yep.
So, a couple things to say about this. This makes total sense. There doesn't need to be live events for video games. It's exciting for sure. It's more exciting to watch on stream, even if the event's live. If there was like a big Warzone tournament, let's say, and it was an in-person tournament in LA, I would absolutely be interested in going to that. CDL, couldn't care less. Don't care. Not going to go to that. But live events do seem like they would be fun to go to like once or something. But literally just once.
Just say you did it. Take a picture.
The main point about this, what was the buy-in for CDL? 20 million?
20 something like that. Yes.
So these orgs all paid 20 million United States dollars to join the Call of Duty League. And what is Activision? 12? Yep. And what is Activision saying? Let's lay off 50 people that work in that space, in the esports space. Let's get rid of live events, essentially. It's probably just going to be major, like the grand finals and like a midway tournament are going to be live events. Everything else will be online. The players don't like playing online. They hate it. Too many variables. The game has no anti-cheat. It's going to be riddled with hackers. I mean, not even just the pro league, but there's amateur leagues. Those are the ones that are filled with hackers, and those also usually have in-person events throughout the year. I mean, not as often as like Pro CDL League did. But so this is just crazy to me. They said, hey, 20 million to have a team in our league. Oh, live events where most of your money is going, they're gone. Get your own spaces, get your own computers, get your own studios, get your own gear, play online on our servers, buy the video game, buy each of your players the video game for 60 United States dollars, but write us a check for 20 million, right? Because we need it.
Yeah.
So stupid. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then to finish that off, I thought this was funny. Those employees that were laid off received a minimum of 90 days of severance pay and a nice little treat for saying, see you later, find a new job. Bobby has been nice enough to gift them all with a $200 Battlenet gift card. Let's go, baby. What a god, dude. Thank you, Bobby. Holy shit. Thanks for that gift card. I just got fired. I've worked there for 19 years. I got paid $16 an hour, but thanks for that gift card, buddy. What an absolute rat.
So dumb. The optics are so bad on that.
I would rather have my desk thrown out the front door of their studio than be handed a $200 Battlenet gift card.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
They are so dumb.
The optics are so bad on that. Okay, to be fair, 90 days of severance pay is pretty good. 3 months to like get back on your feet.
If you've worked there for like a few years, that's great. If somebody's put in like 15 years there, which probably not if they're in the esports division, then it's 90 days is not anything, basically.
Yeah, sure.
My mom at one point before her company was bought out, she had over a year of severance when she left.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a lot.
So if you work there for a long time, 90 days isn't anything.
Yeah, sure. Not great. I think I saw a tweet about the $200 Battlenet gift card. That's so dumb. That's so funny. It's just optically terrible. I mean, to be fair to Activision Blizzard, they probably have a lot of employees that they just will never use anymore, and they're just wasting money. Even if they can afford it, it's like, dude, hey, you're like the venue coordinator, manager. We don't have venues anymore. So sorry, I don't have a job for you to do. Like, yeah, it's kind of fair. Like, even if they have the money, which of course they do, $3 million a day in microtransactions, it still wouldn't make sense as a business for them to waste that money. You know, but it sucks for those people. But yeah,
it absolutely sucks. Yeah.
And a $200 Battlenet gift card is not a good look. Not a good look.
If any previous Activision employee received that gift card and is interested in selling it, I will buy it from you for 75 United States dollars. If you're interested.
I'll get $200 of COD points.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's so funny. And then Tanner was on Forbes.com today because we have another little fucking
this wasn't from Forbes, but
financier article here. What are we looking at here, Tanner?
This is from Charlie Intel. Investment group calls out Activision for CEO payout. This came out after what we just talked about. After Bobby canned over 190 employees. So this is, again, a long article. We're just going to talk about this part. So Bobby Kotick to receive a $200 million bonus at the end of this year. Now, this is kind of one of those, it's an allocated bonus. It's not necessarily going to happen, but essentially the company has that money set aside ready for him to receive as a bonus at the end of this year.
Right.
So this investment group, they were actually furious, and they made a public statement calling out Activision. Well, the increase in Activision stock price is somewhat commendable. As we stated last year and continue to assert, this achievement alone does not justify such a substantial pay outcome for the CEO. And I was doing some more digging. Apparently, Bobby is like the most paid CEO in this gaming space, pretty much, like by a lot. Like he's way up there. So
it's because his employees love him so much. He texts all of them every day.
I've also heard numerous times how little Activision pays their employees, which is, I mean, it's typical.
That would not surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me.
That would not
That's
surprise
crazy.
me at all.
200 million just in a bonus. And I guess his base pay every year, I think it said his base pay was 30 million. So 30 million for 1 year, and he's going to get a $200 million bonus. So again, if anybody thinks that skill-based matchmaking is going away, I don't know what to tell you. It is not going anywhere. Bobby's buying houses number 20 through 28 this year, and skill-based is going to be even stricter next game, right?
Yeah.
COD 2021, skill-based through the roof.
Yep.
You just won't. Hey, if there's nobody online that's as good as you, they won't find you lobbies. You won't be able to play with anyone as bad, like lower than you. You're KD or above. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is it.
True. That's crazy, dude. That is kind of how the C-suite execs make a lot of their money, though.
Bonuses.
Is bonuses, yeah, in general.
Yeah.
$200 million annual bonus is fucking nuts, dude. Yeah. Holy shit.
I mean, even your dad, who ran Kroger for 30 years, I think his last bonus is only 180 million, I think. So
that's definitely not true. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, that's a lot of scratch. Holy shit. Why would the investment group be mad at that? Because more of that should have been
their money,
into a
I guess.
stock
I don't
buyback, maybe, or some shit. We'll have to ask
it was
GWS or Jimbo Slice, aka
this kind of seems like
Mute.
Oh, of course. Doesn't that kind of seem like a jab where they say, well, the increase in Activision stock price is somewhat. They put the somewhat in there.
That is weird. I mean, to be fair, this is like the most profitable video game ever. So, I mean, he definitely deserves, at least in the marketplace, according to the marketplace, he deserves to be the highest paid CEO.
Oh, wait, you know what it is?
What?
I didn't read this part of it. So a loophole created in his employee agreement allows him to claim full bonus payout for previous years, regardless of the company's performance. Basically, he can receive a full performance equity payout from previous years 2017 and beyond.
Interesting.
Which is valued at 200 million, which is set to be paid out in cash upon the end of the incentive provision.
Yummy.
So that's why it's that high. It's because it's from like 2017 and on.
Can you imagine going to your company Christmas party, right? This late December, and then you walk out of the office drunk. By the way, you're drunk, right? And you have a cashier's check for 200 fucking mil in your pocket, dude. And then you get in your Tesla and you say, "Oh, drive me home, bitch," whatever. And then it drives you home automatically because you're rich. And then if you crash one of those Teslas, it doesn't matter. You have 8 more. And then, you go fuck one of your 30 whores, your mistresses.
not that there's anything wrong with being a whore.
Not there's anything wrong with being a whore.
Sex pays. That's
sex
fine.
work
You can have
work.
a job in sex work. Yeah,
sex
that's
work
fine
is,
with
of
us.
course, real work. But, yeah. Imagine leaving the office and getting your $200 million bonus in cash. That's fucking crazy, dude. And that's the life Bobby Kotick leaves. So if you think, Code Monkey at Activision, that he's replying to your text messages because he cares about you, Think again.
Yeah.
Think again. He doesn't. He's too busy fucking doing lines off of 16-year-olds' asses in Bora Bora.
Well,
where the age
they're
of consent
18, of
is
course.
lower. Or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah,
I wonder
it's
if
a
he went
joke.
to
Relax.
Epstein's Island. What do you
Little
think?
St. James. Well,
Yeah.
maybe he did. We're certainly not accusing him of doing that. 'cause
We're
that
not.
would-
No, I would never accuse him of doing
That would,
that.
of course, be
He-
slanderous, and we wouldn't.
No.
do that.
He only does things within his legal right. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, everything's totally above board. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, don't sue us. It's a joke. Relax, okay? Congratulations on your $200 million bonus. You don't need to come after this program, okay? We're not there. So
We're worth slightly less than that. Yeah.
you will. The juice will not be worth the squeeze. Trust me.
Yeah. Now, of course, we're open to being bought out if you want
We are open to
give us some of that
sponsorships.
money.
That is, of
Yeah.
course, true. We will take 0.1% of your bonus, and we will be a whore for you.
Yeah.
Like the 16-year-olds in Bora Bora that we mentioned,
Okay.
which are, of course, fictitious. We are open to doing that. So,
Yeah.
twitter.com/the Dropshot pod. Slide it. The
Yeah.
DMs are open, Bobby. Hopefully you didn't forget your login. I know it's your 8th cell phone, so let's move on. Very interesting. So, I think Bobby will be fine at this Malding investment group. 200 mil is insane, but
He'll
that is
probably.
that.
Never mind. I don't want to say anything else to get us banned. Never mind.
Okay. I think we've danced on the line for longer than we should have already. All right, that is that. Was there anything else, Tanner?
No. I need to pee.
Okay,
That's what there is,
go
right?
pee and then go live because we're gonna wrap this bitch up. Real quickly, Miss Lemur Party with the cowboy emoji. 7 months at tier 1. Let's go, Lemur. Congratulations on the PC, young lady. I hope you're having fun with that. I'm excited to get another hangout with you when we can actually fucking hear you. I hope the PC is treating you well. And thank you for the 7 months, miss. I appreciate you. Lemur, welcome back. Honor to have you here, of course, as always. And E. Fisher with the 500 biddies. Let's go. E. Fisher, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Welcome back to you as well. It means a lot, brother. And Claptimus, who has changed his name to just Claptimus, with a gifted sub for a total of 95 to this program, to Poopy Cow Weenie. So that's an unfortunate person to receive that gift. But Claptimus, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. I appreciate it. Honor to have you back, of course. E. Fisher as well, and Miss Lemur Party. All of you, a lot of support tonight. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. And now, before we dive into Verdansk, we're going to dive in to these iTunes reviews. So, if you rate the fucking podcast 5 stars on iTunes and write a review, I will read it on this program like I'm going to do right the fuck now. The title of this review is Grab a Bucket by Sheet Changer. I think this is Sierra who wrote this review. I'll be honest. And I'll read it to you now. I stumbled across this podcast late at night when I was having a craving. Not sure what this means. This is the kind of attempt to be clever that's missing the mark that is very Sierra to me. Just screams it, in fact, as we've seen on her appearances on the program. But we'll see. Let's see where it goes. A few episodes in, I was hooked. The sound of Tanner Dropshot is one I will forever cherish. I want my whole life narrated by this god of a man. The way he sits in his chair, the lighting, and his mustache. Wow. Every episode is so intriguing. That's, of course, true. The chat is always so positive and uplifting. Again, that is, of course, true. And the fact that these two men are holy is amazing. I cannot say enough good things or get enough listening time in. Sending in donations is my favorite weekend activity. Well, Sheet Changer. I have the documents. I don't see anything from you, so Let's not fib in our iTunes reviews, right? I would marry Tanner in a heartbeat if he wasn't already taken. Raz is cool too. Okay. Well, hey, Sierra, you're not slick. Okay? You dropped a few too many hints in this one. And Sheet Changer is, of course, the weirdest name I've ever heard on Apple Podcasts. But it's been a fucking 13 months, and you finally rated your husband's podcast 5 stars on iTunes. Okay? So this is far too late of a reception, but nonetheless, we'll take it. So thanks, Sierra. Next one is from Simply Just Cows. Title of this review is Not Changing It, by the way. Not changing it, you dumb rats. You can take it up with 10-year-old me. Okay. 10-year-olds should have better names than Simply Just Cows. That's the part that is offensive. No, there's no age where this name was acceptable, but great pod, better community. The first episode I listened for 15 minutes and thought to myself, okay, this guy is not so slightly stupid and annoying, and this pod is trash. That is the first impression we give to everyone, I've learned. Everyone feels this way. I hated it the first time I listened, but then for some reason I was drawn back in. And now I love the program. So weird. It says something about us. I don't know what exactly. Your whole We Are Live thing made me severely angry. That's a season 1 intro. But I gave it another shot and haven't skipped an ep. I look forward to each and every one. It makes the long work shifts bearable. Enjoy the well-deserved analytics. We will, Simply Just Cows. Please change it. Much love, dude. Appreciate the analytics as you put it. Next one. We got a lot. Undead All the Way. Again, change it. Best COD podcast. I found you guys through a Google search at the end of January. So he's a new frog. And you guys quickly became my favorite podcast. The community you guys have built is amazing. And I'm super glad to be a part of it. I've joined the Discord, soon to be a patron, so you love to see that. Yes, you do. My Twitch and YouTube is Gunny Boy Gav. One word, GUNNYBOYGAV. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and feedback to my Gunsmith 2.0 video. Okay, well, we'll see if I check that out. Link it and tag me, and I'll try to take a look. But I've got a lot of messages to get through, as everyone likes to remind me. So any and all support is greatly appreciated. Gunny Boy Gav, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Glad you've been enjoying New Frog, and welcome aboard. It is a very small but vibrant and extremely humble community, and we are happy to have you, young man. This next one is from Bucky Susan, patron, also a relative New Frog. Best podcast in the world. Call of Duty has always been my favorite game, so I was stoked to find a podcast dedicated to it. I signed up for the Patreon after a few episodes, and I've been super happy with the extra content I get because of it. Huge fan of the banter between the hosts, as well as their perspective each week, on the state of the game / updates. Great job, boys. Let's fucking go. Cue air horn is what he said. So, Bucky Susan, thank you, dude. Glad you found us, brother. Glad you've been enjoying. And of course, Patreon, as you so eloquently put it, is absolutely worth the expense. Patreon.com/thedropshot. So glad to have you aboard, dude. Thank you for the kind words and for the patronship. And then we got a couple more. This next one is from Caesar GGM. Okay, interesting. Good stuff. One of the few good podcasts, COD podcasts out here. But if you guys don't do a zombie special for EP 115, I'm out. See ya.
Catch you later.
Take it easy, dude. Hey, Caesar. See ya. Goodbye. We did not do one for 115, nor 116, nor 117, nor 118.
Thanks for the analytics, though, dude.
Thanks for the analytics, of course. But get scammed.
Absolutely,
Get scammed.
yeah.
So we talked about zombies coverage on our Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot. So if you want more intel on that, sign up.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Nobody has said anything about it either.
Literally no one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we were right. And this last one is from Gorilla Man 106. Change it, of course.
Okay, yeah.
The title of this review is Now I Know About Warzone and Go Hard It Is and Press V to Smack. And the content of the review is by Gorilla Man 106. Okay. Drink less. Drink less, and thank you for the analytics, Gorilla Man 106 by Gorilla Man 106. That is it for iTunes reviews. Once again, rate the fucking podcast 5 stars on iTunes. If you write a review to accompany that rating, I will read it. I'll read it on this program. So you can plug your YouTube, your Twitch, whatever. And so let it be written, let it be done, as the good book would say. So with that said, that is it for this episode of the program. A lot of love tonight, a lot of support. Thank you very much, boys and girls. We appreciate it. Tanner Dropshot, are you live on your broadcasting account at twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot?
I am live, yeah.
All right, great. So we're going to get the fuck over there. We're going to get some dubs in Verdansk. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe because in addition to full episodes like this, we've also got clips from the show, as well as gameplay breakdowns and more on the channel. The show is streamed live on twitch.tv/Razanon every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So give us a follow over there, make sure to turn on notifications, and you can chat with us live during the podcast. And of course, we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for the Dropshot on your favorite podcast app and make sure to give us a follow. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And as always, remember, stay humble.